Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos. I've had people question me about the value proposition on Reddit. They were discussing, saying that these shit are a little bit expensive for what you're getting. And I was a little bit taken back by that, considering that they were happy to pay, you know, $110 for 1,079 pieces in the iconic Lego set. But I don't know, I thought I would display both of them and have them face off against each other. Jackdaw versus Jackdaw. One at $229 and one at $89. Which one do you think you would pick up? Which one do you think suits what you were looking for more? And you know, whether the $89 one actually punches for its value? Is the $229 one way overpriced? I think it depends on what you're looking for. Are you a fan of Assassin's Creed? I think you're going to be a little more interested in these than if you're just a die-hard fan for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Me, I personally love all these pirate themes and messing with these pirate themes. I think the golden age of piracy is just a really cool age to fantasize about. You know, you get your one ship and now you've got freedom in a world that's pretty closed off and hard to travel in. A boat was everything. So you can see them both on these two plates, Jackdaw versus Jackdaw, as I spin them around. I will say I want to edit and modify my little Voyage Edition so I can have a little more fun with it, and you'll see me do that later on in the video. But now we're going to go ahead and look at the different comparisons. Alright, so this is the upper deck of the Warship Edition, and here's the upper deck of the Voyage Edition. It's a little cramped on the Voyage Edition. A lot more space you see on the upper deck of the Warship Edition. You see the sail is just so far down, it's really hard to get in there and really play with it. I'm pointing out the difference on the rat lines here, and then here's the rat lines. You can see with my hand there, it's just super kind of cramped. Here's old Wally climbing the rat lines, and rat lines on the Voyage Edition. There's the back of the ship. You can see the detail with the Jackdaw insignia, and the more basic one on the little Warship Edition. Here's the front end figurehead. You can see the bow and the figurehead that's on it, and it's really basic. They couldn't do too much because I think they went really gold and glorious with this one. I really love brick building this figurehead on the Warship Edition. It just really looks cool, especially with the little golden chains. And right here, I know that the lens perspective does a lot, but you can see one's much taller than the other. Here's the inside of the cabin of the Warship Edition. He's got a little, ship, and you can see there's a lot more detail, and you can pull it out and really get inside. There's a lot that they jam-packed in here. Not a whole lot on the Voyage Edition. It's got a serviceable cabin, but you can see it's not a whole heck of a lot. That's it. And then there's the top-down view. The Voyage Edition's pretty good sized, especially for how much it costs. There's the front to front. I want to talk a little bit about the stand since the Voyage Edition didn't really come with one. I did modify mine, and I'm going over how I did it. You see these little corner bricks that they give you on the back. I took them off, and I'm just going to put the little 2-to-1 plate, if you want, for fire. And then it's really easy to just put a single stud with a hole in it and pop your fire in, or I use these little studs and then the little torch type handhold piece, and then pop the fires in just so I got something else to make it pop. I also added that snot brick on the side here so that you could put the Assassin's Creed logo that comes with the actual stand for the minifigs. I don't understand why they gave me a stand for my minifigs. Some people might like that, but I figure I'm building them one heck of a stand. The entire freaking ship is my stand. So I took the minifig stand and popped it in the back here so there's another little A. Put my own little smooth bricks, and then there you go. I modified and changed the stand so it looks like this. I think this is a great stand considering that, I think Legos just has the basic brown ones right here. But they did give you the bottom hull, so there's a case for that being a really good display because of that too. But I really like my display, and this is how I keep it. I keep it as a display, and I think there's a lot more value for this set as a display if you're just going to look at it. I think it just looks amazing. Here it is against the Black Pearl, and I think it's even better looking. It has more vibrant colors, it pops better. I put it in my room, and I just like to look at it as a display. I think it looks even better than Lego's $380 offering. Now, for the Voyage Edition, I gotta talk about these sails, because I think it has the same curse that Black Pearl had. The sails are too wallish. They're too high, and it blocks off a lot. You can see the Jackdaw, the Warship Edition, they curve a little more, and it just looks better. Here's from the 45-degree perspective of the Warship Edition, and even when you look at it from a 45 on the Voyage Edition, the sails look wallish. They're too tall. They're constraining. So I think, and here's the Black Pearl. It had that same problem. So I think I'm going to go ahead and change it. If you look at, it's so hard to find front view pictures of that Black Pearl. They all look like this picture right here. A 45-degree can't, because that's the way that this ship looks better. So here, I removed the bottom layer of sails, and I immediately had more access to actually use this as a playset. So if you're getting this for a kid, I think this is a great thing to do. Just remove the bottom 2 sails, and you immediately get access to it. However, I still think that the ship looked a little odd to me. But you could modify these sails and get a lot more value out of this kit. So this is what it would look like if you just remove the bottom layer of sails. I think it's serviceable. A kid would totally be happy with this. They could do their broadside battles. They have access to the top deck, and I think at this point, this has way more value. So here's the pictures before, after I removed the sails, and then what I'm going to do later. I was inspired by this picture right here, where I saw these Jolly Rogers and black sails on the Jackdaw, and I thought, well, what if the Jackdaw had different sails? What if I put the Jolly Roger sails I had from my Rio brick set? I had bought this set, and it came with these sails, and I never used them. So I thought, if I put these sails on the Jackdaw, what would it look like? And here we go. I think it really pops, and it solves a lot of my issues that I had with the original sails. The spanker sail was too low. It was hard to even rotate the freaking wheel for the rudder. Also, just putting my hands onto the deck, it was hard to get in there and use those broadside cannons. So just messing around with another kit, I stole its sails, put it on this ship, and I think it pops. Looks pretty good, my opinion. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Let me know what you think about putting different sails on different ships. Does it bring extra value to a kit that you might have? As I put different sails on this little thing, this was a Tycool set, and look at it. It's so small, but small can pack a punch, especially for a playset. Here's my older Mold King Queen Anne's Revenge, and I changed its sails with pillowcases. You've probably seen its sails. It's on my Ultimate Queen Anne's Revenge. Right here, and look at it compared to my updated Jackdaw Voyage Edition. Let me know in the comments what you all think about changing up some sails, or even making sails. I'll make a video upcoming about how to make your own custom sails for your own ships. Anyway, like and sub, and see you on the next one. Thanks for sticking around. So in the end, what do you want? Do you want a display, or do you want more of something that you could play with? I think that kids would get more value out of the $89 one than the $229. That's my overall answer. See you on the next one.